let me run you through a hypothetical situation, right? NFL expands to 34 teams, meaning they add 2 new teams, 2 expansion teams to the league. Now, these 2 expansion teams I'm not saying like international, they could be international, but I'm not saying like Canada or London or whatever. What I'm talking about is, let's say I don't know, St. Louis gets a team again, right? The St. Louis Rams, they lost their team. They get a team again. And the Oakland Raiders, right? Well, they wouldn't call it the Raiders, but let's say Oakland gets a team and St. Louis gets a team again. So now those 2 franchises are added to the NFL. What happens? Well, we have this beautiful thing called an expansion draft. And with that expansion draft, 12 players on our 53-man roster would be unprotected. Don't be, what is it? Don't be, something. Don't be silly, wrap your willy. Thank you. So, who are those 12 players, the question. So, starting off right away, here's the rundown. Each current NFL team has to leave 12 players unprotected, which means we would have 41 total players that could be technically snatched from. 12 of them would be unprotected. Players with 0 or 1 accrued seasons are automatically protected and can't be on the list. Players with no trade clause cannot be added either. Joe Burrow is the only Bengal with a no trade clause, so he cannot be on this list as well. If a player is taken, the expansion team will absorb both his future salaries and signing bonus, so it can be a useful tool to unload veterans' contracts. You can also add on the unprotected list the worst possible players or some bad contracts to use strategy here. This list is final, meaning the team cannot withdraw a player after another one is selected. The expansion team can get a maximum of 2 players from each NFL team and a maximum of 40 total players. So pretty much every team has a list of 12 players from their roster that they're like, all right, you guys can pick from these guys, okay? So imagine all 32 teams, 32 times 12. Do the math. Great. That's a great answer you just gave me math-wise. Now, out of all those options, the expansion team needs to pick 40 total players. They I don't know why this keeps popping up. My bad. The expansion team can get a maximum of 2 players from each NFL team and a maximum of 40 players. So that's kind of how the whole situation works. Now, again, there's certain players who are protected like Joe Burrow, but here are the list of the 41 players who are not protected. Okay? Now, keep in mind, they're not protected right away. We would have to protect them, and then out of this whole list, 41 players, choose 12 of them to be unprotected. So, we have Chase Brown on this list, Jake Browning on this list, Jamar Chase. Oh, we can't have Jake Browning unprotected. Come on now. Whew. Mike Gesicki, T. Higgins, Dax Hill. Pretty much everyone but Joe Burrow is on this list. Not everyone, but there's a lot of players outside of Joe Burrow on this list. Now, again, we have to choose 12 players that we would put on the quote-unquote unprotected list. Now, again, as I said earlier in the thing, you could choose players like, for example, bad salaries. Let's say you sign someone to a crazy deal. Jalen Ramsey's a good example of that. If this did happen, Miami might put him on their list because they just want to get rid of the contract. So if you have any players where you're like, that contract is insane, you can just move on. It doesn't matter if you signed him yesterday. You can just move on as long as he doesn't have a no trade clause. No trade clause is a big deal. 12 of these 41 players have been left unprotected. And this is the guy picking in this hypothetical. But that doesn't mean he'll pick every single one of them. Here is a list of offense and defensive players. So, to be honest, looking at this list, if I had to choose my 12, which, listen, it's never easy to do that. Gary Brightwell, you're going to be one of them, buddy. Ooh, okay, that's 1. Jalen Davis is 2. 3 is Joe Harris. 4. I gotta go Poison Ivy. I love Poison Ivy, but I gotta go Poison Ivy. Remember, they can only select 2 anyway, so it doesn't really matter in the end. 5, Zach Moss. 6, Lucas Patrick. Samaje. No, I'm not doing Samaje. So that's 6. I think that might be 7, actually. Probably miscounted. Isaiah Thomas is 8. Marco Wilson is 9. Oh, no. I got to really come back and think about this. I'm not getting rid of Jake Browning. I don't care. You might say, well, Jake Browning. No, I don't care. Jake Browning, my boy. I will go to heck and back for that man. Okay, this is kind of weird now. All right. I don't like the some players. I don't. Samaje Perine. We have to give it a Samaje Perine, okay? He's 10. We have to. All right. And 11, Jackson Kirkland. I want to see Jackson Kirkland with Scott Peters, but this is a hypothetical. Let me not overthink this. And then 12 would be David Cochran. Yeah. Or Devin Cochran. I don't know if I said David. Devin Cochran. Jalen Davis. I don't know if I said him or not, but yeah. So those are my, theoretically speaking, 12. Now, the player I should have probably chose here is Jermaine Pratt on this list? Hold up. My brain is like stupid right now. Logan Wilson. Jermaine Pratt is not on this list right here. Now, these are the 41 protected players that, they're saying that they would protect these 41 guys. But, no, these are the 41 players that can be chose from. So here's the players that they chose, the website chose. Gary Brightwell, same. Cochran, Hudson, Chuck Sizzle. Oh, no. You're not taking Chuck Sizzle. Cordell Volson. Logan Woodside, he's not on this list. Is he? No, Jake Browning's on this list. No, Logan Woodside is not on this list. I was being fed misinformation here. And a defensive player, Jalen Davis, Harris. Jermaine Pratt, again, wasn't on the list, but I guess he's in. Okay, so they're choosing options that's not on the list. I think this is a little bit unfair, okay? I had to go booty butthole naked running through a forest here, okay? You're not walking in my shoes. Maybe I'm misreading. Anyway, all right, so, yeah, so these are the 12 players we put out there. Why put out Cordell Volson is a question. So you're putting out Cordell Volson, and you're keeping. Who are you keeping? You're keeping. Okay, you got rid of Jalen Davis. So you're keeping Lucas Patrick, but you're getting rid of Cordell Volson. That's an interesting one. I don't know if I'd put that out there. And again, they can only choose 2 players, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I know somebody's gonna comment down below and be like, I choose Geno Stone. There's gonna be someone who comments that down below. I just know it. Jordan Battle. I'm not Jordan Battle. What's his name? Jermaine Pratt is on this list. He's right there. I cannot read. I literally cannot read. Okay, hold up. So Logan Woodside is on this list. Okay, maybe my reading skills are absolute dog water. No, Logan Woodside's not on this list. I don't care what anyone says to me. I'm fighting anyone who says he's on this list. He's not on this list. Every other player here is on that list except for Logan Woodside. I think that they messed up and they meant to put Jake Browning. And if that's the case, I can't believe you. Or you just forgot to put Logan Woodside on this list up here. I think they forgot the list. They forgot to list that guy. All right, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I agree. It's, again, like I said, we don't have anyone on our team right now who, theoretically speaking, would be someone I would automatically be like, yep, contract-wise, we got to get out of that contract. So, Jermaine Pratt's going to get cut, but I guess, yeah, if you had to put someone up, Jermaine Pratt could be that option as well. I wish I got the Logan Woodside DLC pack, but apparently I didn't. I didn't get that option on the list. I also did miss Jermaine Pratt, so maybe I did miss him. I don't know. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I'll see you guys next one.